meters, CQ40 meters. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot calling 40. Okay, a station did come back to me. Unfortunately, my noise has just mysteriously climbed to S9, and you were just on that S9 threshold, so I didn't catch the call sign. M0 JCF listening. A negative copy. Apologies if you trying to get through to me. QRZ Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Okay, I got the Mike Echo. There were two stations coming back to me that time, both equally 5 and 9 plus 20. So if I could take the Mike Echo first, please.
Okay, this is Papa Alpha 0, Mike Echo Radio. Peter Echo 0, Mike Echo Radio. Good morning.
Papa Alpha 0, Mike Echo Radio. A very good morning to you, sir. My name is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm not too far away across the North Sea from you. I'm just in Sidcup in Kent, about 15-20 kilometres southeast of the city of London. Back to you. Again, please, you was QR Mexico that time.
Yeah, you have QR Mexico, I understand, but please give me your name, over.
Yeah, the name is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, just 20 kilometres southeast of London. Back to you.
Roger, Mark, 20 kilometres southwest of London. My name is Fred Foxtrot, Romeo Echo Delta. Your report is 58259, 58259. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Tango from PA0, Mike Echo Radio, over.
Okay, correction on call sign, please. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, last letter Foxtrot. Thank you for coming back to me there, friend. Very nice to meet you today. Today I'm using an old Trio Tango Sierra 520 Sierra, so an old analog hybrid radio, and my antenna is just a long wire antenna. It's 27 meters long and just about 10 meters above the ground. Back to you.
Roger, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot from PA0, Mike Echo Radio. I'm using also a 20-meter long wire with automatic antenna tuner, and I'm using a Flex Radio 3000. Okay, Mark, thank you for coming back on me. I wish you a further nice day, and hope we meet again sometime. PA0, Mike Echo Radio, over clear of Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. See you, Mark.
Yeah, PA0, MER, M0, JCF. Really appreciate you coming back to me today, and apologies. A lot of QR Mexico at my station today, just in the last 5 minutes, unfortunately. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot.
Florida 5, Juliet, Sierra, Quebec. Foxtrot 5, Juliet, Sierra, Quebec.
Yeah, Foxtrot 5, Juliet, Sierra, Quebec. A very good morning to you, sir. Very nice of you to come back to my station. My name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I am in the southeast of England, just 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London. Back to you, sir. Foxtrot 5, Juliet, Sierra, Quebec. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot.
Okay, good morning, Mark, near London. Foxtrot 5, Juliet, Sierra, Quebec here. Your report is 59. My name is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima. Okay, I live in the Champagne area, near the city Romeo Echo India Mike Sierra. Romeo Echo India Mike Sierra in Champagne area. So Mike to you, Mark, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Foxtrot 5, Juliet, Sierra, Quebec.
Merci, Paul. Foxtrot 5, Juliet Sierra Quebec, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie, Foxtrot returning. Very good signal from you, Paul, from the area of Reims in France. You're 5 and 9 plus 15. That's 5 and 9 plus 15. Today I'm using an old radio, Paul. It's a Tango Sierra 520 Sierra. It's the hybrid radio by Trio from the 1970s, and my antenna is just a simple long wire antenna, 27 meters long, about 8 to 10 meters above the ground, Paul. So a great signal from you today on this old radio. Back to you.
Okay, thank you for information, Mark. Foxtrot 5, Juliet, Sierra, Quebec, here I am running Ecom 7546 radio apparato, okay, my antenna is rotary dipole. My power now is about 200 watts because I am using little amplifier. I can say that. Yes, thank you for the information. Weather here is cloudy, the temperature is about 3 degrees. Thanks for the contact. I hope to meet you again, Mark. Have a good day. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. See you again. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie. Charlie, Foxtrot 5, Juliet Sierra, Quebec.
Foxtrot 5, Juliet Sierra, Quebec. Merci pour le curso, Paul. J'espère vous rencontrer bientôt. And au revoir, mon ami. Bon Noël, bon Noël.
Merci pour tout. Bon Noël également. Bonne fin d'année. Et on a grand plaisir de se retrouver. Bye bye.
Bye-bye, merci. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie, Foxtrot.
Golf number 1, radio Charlie Echo.
Golf number 1, radio Charlie Echo, I think you said. Sorry, I was writing as I was listening, and it was almost like I was one step ahead of you. The name this end is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm in Sidcup in Kent, down there in the southeast of England. G1 RCE, I hope. M0 JCF.
Mike, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot from Golf 1, Radio Charlie Echo. Okay then, Mark, good morning to you. I thought we had a QSO before, but looking at my logbook, we hadn't. I certainly heard you, because your QRZ page is very familiar. Name is Tony, Tango Oscar November Yankee, not that far away from you, Caterham on the hill. So the name is Tony. Running 50 watts from a 991A and using a Carolina Windham. We're right on top of the North Downs, if you know this part of the country at all. 600 feet ASL. Back to you from Golf 1, Radio Charlie Echo.
Golf 1, Romeo Charlie Echo, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Well, very good morning to you, Tony, and thank you for coming back to me. Yeah, your stonking signal from you today, 5 and 9 plus 10, sometimes peaking plus 15. So that Carolina Windham obviously working very well. I've got half a Carolina Windham, haven't I? I've got a long wire, so yeah, I've got a long wire with an earth rod, and yeah, I think the Carolina Windham is pretty much like an off-centre dipole, isn't it? I've heard the name many times, but I've never really studied it, the configuration that makes it particularly the Carolina Windham as opposed to an off-centre fed dipole. I don't know, are they one and the same? You can put me right on that one. But this end, mate, yeah, it's just a long wire antenna. It's 90 feet long, about 25 feet above the ground. And as I've been, I don't know if you heard me before, using an old Trio Tango Sierra 520 Sierra, so an old analog hybrid radio. I believe I'm on 7.154, but maybe I can be corrected on that one as well if my eyesight's going. But yeah, I haven't got the electronic logbook in front of me at the moment, mate, so I can't double check whether we've worked. But I mean, you may well have worked me as 2 Echo 0, Echo Romeo X-ray, or M6 LJX. that was my foundation call sign, and of course the other one was the intermediate. So back to you there, Tony. Oh, sorry, yeah, 5 and 9 plus 15 peaks. I think I gave you that, but back to you. G1 RCE M0 JCF.
M0 JCF G1 RTE. Now on 10. Now on 10. Do you still copy?
Yeah, copy you fine, mate. Let me look at the meter and just give me an over.
Okay, then, Mark. You can give me those call signs again. As I say, your QR web page looks very familiar. And one of the reasons for calling you particularly, you live in Pickup. Have you heard, I'm sure you heard of Mal. I haven't heard of them lately, and looking at my logbook, I haven't heard of them probably for the best part of a year. Any news on Mal? Back to you from Golf 1 Radio Charlie Echo.
Yeah, Golf 1 Radio Charlie Echo, M0 JCF, and you're 5 and 9 with, I think you said you're on 10 watts. Unfortunately, mate, it's very bad news, sad news. Mal passed away a few months ago. A liver, I mean, it was his liver, I believe liver cancer. I may be wrong on that, but unfortunately, the short story is, no, he passed away. A great loss to the radio world, a great loss to 2 meter band in particular as well, and a great loss to the decibel world, because we've lost the 10 dB on the gob, as he used to say there. Back to you.
Yes, indeed. Oh dear, I wondered if that may be the case. He was certainly a character on the band, wasn't he? And but there you go. Give me your other call signs that you may have used. I've got 2E0 and nothing else. Back to you.
Yeah, 2 Echo 0, Echo Romeo X-ray, and my foundation call sign was Mike 6, Elima Juliet X-ray, I believe. Sorry, obviously I haven't used it for many years now, and that sounds about right. Back to you.
What to do there? Let's just put these in and see what comes out. Okay, radio X-ray. No, not under that. I just have to cancel there. I'll use ham radio deluxe for logging, and if you're not careful, you push it carefully, you enter into the log by mistake. And then my 6 Lima Juliet X-ray. Just on the same thing, no, not on there. Okay, there then. Delete that one as well. Okay, Mark, well, the one down here, if I haven't done it completely, 9918, at the moment now running 10 watts, Carolina Wyndham. We're on typical north down, 600 feet ASL, and the Carolina Wyndham, this is an offset. It's normally about 132, 133 feet long. We didn't tune up very well on 17, so I did about another 9 or 10 feet. And with a little travel tuner, it seems to tune up pretty well on all bands, and I get good results. It's running north-south, not that I think that makes much difference, but there you go, that's the rundown. I don't know whether you've got a computer in the shop here, but I am able to do some live streaming video if you're able to, but you need a computer, and on my QRZ page there is a link. Back to you from Golf 1 Radio Charlie Echo.
Yeah, G1 RCE M0 JCF. Yeah, no problems with the live streaming. Funny you should say that, because I'm actually recording this this session of me CQing, and I'll put it on YouTube. If you Google, or if you YouTube search on M0 JCF ham radio, you'll find my channel there. Really, it's a storage space for all my old videos. I'm actually making this one for a a ham, a tech ham, who's only just got his license in August, who's in the USA, and he's just bought his first ever radio. He's bought a TS-520S, and he's got an Elmer checking it over for him at the moment, and he wanted to see some videos of one of these old girls in operation. I've got 3 of them, believe it or not. 2 are for restoration, and then I've got this one as a worker. Sometimes it has to be kicked into life and banged around, slapped about a bit, but then it all livens up. But yeah, so I'm actually recording this, and it will be on YouTube. And as you say, yeah, I would like to have seen myself live, because I've got a big ego like that. But yeah, I've got no problems with you streaming it. And no, there's no one else in the shack with me, so there would be no one else around. But that's the story there, mate. And Caterham, yeah, of course I know it very well. I haven't been there since the early 80s, I believe. I had a friend who lived down there back in the early 80s, back in my British Telecom days, and he's obviously long since passed on himself. He was an older gentleman back then. But anyway, that's the story with Caterham. And of course we're working very envious, I would imagine, because your signal's absolutely far too strong for a ground wave, and of course there would be a bit of chalk in between us as well for ground wave. And thanks for the clarification on the Carolina Windham. You know, I keep on determining that might be the antenna that I build myself rather than the long wire, because I've got an 85-foot garden, but to put a dipole up means my feed point has got to be halfway down the garden, and I have enough trouble with the station manager regarding metalwork on the side and the back of the house without like long coax runs, etc. So that's the story there, Tony. Back to you.
Yeah, Roger D there, Roger D. I'm not quite sure. Are you able to watch live streaming now? In which case I'll fire it all up. It's not working at the moment, but won't take a minute. There is a link, as I say, on my biography page, right at the top in red, there's a link. If you like, yes or no?
Yeah, no problems whatsoever, mate. I've got to say, I can't access anything on the internet at the moment, but yeah, if you, I'll check out your QRZ page and I'll get the link, so it's not a problem whatsoever.
Okay, I understand now. I understand. You can't do it now, but you'll be interested to watch it. Okay, I'm just in the process of trying to compose it at the moment. I haven't got a foot switch. So a little hand-operated BTT controller, which makes it a bit difficult to operate the transmitter and then do the necessary with the keyboard and everything else with the other hand all at once. So, okay, I'll see what I can set up for you anyway, and let you carry on and see who else you can contact. Nice to have a quick contact with you. Sorry to hear about Mal. It happens to us all eventually, I suppose. I'm knocking on a little bit. I don't know about yourself, but I'm 82 myself this year. But all being well, fingers crossed, we're not doing too bad. We've avoided all the COVID and that have been doing the rounds. Just getting over a bit of a cold at the moment, but apart from that, we're doing well. Back to you, Golf 1 Radio, Charlie Echo.
G1RCE M0JCF for that final. Tony, an absolute pleasure to speak to you. And yeah, you're still a young man. I'm 59, and actually I'm retired. I retired 4 weeks ago now. So I'm just hedging me bets that I'm going to have a good retirement. And if I can get to your age, mate, without too many complications, and then, you know, we'll be happy. But yeah, it was sad that Mal went. But as you say, you know, it's the circle of life, isn't it? Take care, mate. Look forward to seeing myself on video. It's always good as well to see and hear what I sound like on videos when I'm using this older gear in particular. Take care, have a great day, and enjoy it. It's lovely and sunny out there today, and a bit parky, bit cold. But it is a glorious sunshine out there today. At least it is up in Sidcup, and I'm sure it is where you are. All the best, mate. 73, and if I don't speak to you beforehand, have a very Merry Christmas. Bye-bye for now.
Okay, just while I'm finishing. I've pretty well composed the live stream. I'll give you a few shots. It should be available to download for the next couple of weeks. I use a system which automatically seems to delete it after a couple of weeks. So, but it's there. I'll just give you a couple of screenshots to show you what I've got. You may or may not get any sound. I haven't been able to sort that out yet, but I'll give you a shot of the shack and also the garden with the Carolina window suspended between some trees at the bottom of the garden and the remainder of an old fir tree up in the middle. So there's a short clip of me and the garden. And this is something that Mark didn't get for another day.
Yeah, cheers, old chap, and take care. A little bit of drop off there, a little bit of QSB dropping you just below my very high noise floor today, but not a problem. Lovely to speak to you. Take care. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Nothing is heard. CQ, CQ40, 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 CQ 40 meters. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England, calling 40 meters.
Sorry, the amplifier was off. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. This is Delta Golf 4, Foxtrot, Charlie, November.
Delta Golf 4, Foxtrot Charlie November, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot returning. Great signal with the amplifier on, and believe it or not, I could hear you just in my noise floor with the amplifier off. So it'd be quite interesting if you'd like a report with both the amplifier on and off. When it's off, it's going to be a little bit inaccurate because you're going to be in my noise floor, so you'll be masked slightly by the noise, but it would be interesting. But anyway, the name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm in the southeast of England, about 20 kilometres southeast of London. Back to you, DG4 FCN. This is M0 JCF.
Roger, Mark, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Delta Golf 4, Foxtrot, Charlie, November returning. Good copy. Signal report for you is 57258. 57258 in central Germany. My name is Ingolf, like India, November, Golf, Oscar, Lima, Foxtrot. Ingolf is my name. The QDH is about 60 kilometers northwest of Frankfurt, central Germany. Exact QDH is the city of Hadamar, like Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Mike Alpha, Romeo. Hadamar, about 60k northwest of Frankfurt. I got the QDH sit copy here from QRZ.com. Hope that is correct. Yes, the amplifier was switched off. I was testing something on the dummy load and switched off the amplifier. Why? Because I didn't want to push power into the dummy load. This was absolutely not necessary. And started transmitting and thought, oh, only 40 watts. What's wrong here? And then I thought, oh, you forgot to push the button. Mark, back to you.
DG4 FCN M0 JCF, absolutely understood that, Ingalls, and I've done it many times. I've tried to transmit on milliwatts, and I've called and wondered why no one was hearing me, and then I realised that I'd had the power backed right the way down, or an attenuator in line. I've done it myself, and it's a great signal from you. 5 and 9 plus 10, a lovely audio and perfectly readable. This end I'm using an old Trio Tango Sierra 520 Sierra, so it's an old analog hybrid radio from the 1970s, late 70s. It's a bit tired now. The driver tube, the driver valve is getting a bit tired. It's getting a bit low emission, and sometimes the ALC drops off. but it still gives me a good 100 watts plus when it's really peaked well. And the antenna is just a long wire antenna. It's 27 meters long and about 8 to 10 meters above the ground, slightly inverted U, so mainly it's flat and horizontal with a vertical component at each end just to give me the length. And that's the story here, Ingalls. If you'd like the WX, it's only about 4 degrees today, 4 degrees centigrade, but it's beautiful sunshine. We've got some small broken clouds, but mainly blue sky. So back to you, DG4 FCN M0 JCF.
Yes, Roger, Mike 0, Julia, Charlie, Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Charlie, November returning. Yes, the weather is a bit worse over here. We have only 2 degrees Celsius, grey sky, just completely overcast, absolutely no sunshine. And I'd like to have some blue sky, but not at the moment, not today. Okay, Mark. Yes, my transceiver is a Fox Tango 2000, driving a linear by Drake, the Drake L7 with 2 times for East of 500 Zulus. The output power is about 600 watts, 650 watts at the moment. And the antenna is a trap dipole for 17 and 40 meters, about 8 meters from the ground. Mark and Mike 0, Julia, Charlie, Fox, DG4 FCN.
Yeah, DG4 FCN M0 JCF. Well, you know, the trap dipole working very, very well indeed. I have some homemade traps actually for 80, 40, 20 and 15 meters. And I keep saying to myself, one day I'll put up a dipole and insert the traps and make myself a nice big multi-band antenna. But you know, Ingalls, I'm a lazy man. I'm a very lazy man. And all of the while, you know, I keep using this long wire antenna and it works. And I think, that's okay. Next summer. But next summer never comes for antennas. Next summer comes, but not for antennas, Ingalls. Back to you.
Yes, Roger, I understand that, and has the same problem for many, many years. And until one day you will get out and say, today I will build this antenna. Okay, yes, the traps I use, I have to use with high power traps because I'm running 600, 700 watts sometimes, and the usual traps you can buy on the handle 400 or 200, and an old man really close by, only 60, 70 kilometers away, made high power traps, 60 volume, and he stopped doing them. You can only get the small 200 watts version, and so I had to buy these traps, new old stock from England, and so they came from close by, but I had to buy them over there where they were in stock. Roger.
Oh, Roger. Well, it will be very, very well made then if you bought them in England. Hi. But no, mine are homebrew. Mine are actually homebrew traps. So, you know, they're built to withstand easily the UK legal limit of 400 watts. I don't think I'll ever be using 400 watts. I don't own any linear amplifiers for HF that go above 100 watts. So, yeah, and most of my radios are capable of 100 watts or 100 watts plus. But yeah, you're quite right. Yeah, one day I retired, Ingalls, just 4 weeks ago. I'm still only 59, so you know I've got plenty of time to get out there and do that. But I'm retired, so I've got a little bit more time now, a little bit more spare time, free time, and I suppose all of those jobs, you know, I've got many jobs that need to be done before I can even think about modifying antennas. Otherwise the station manager will turn me into an antenna myself, I'm sure, with a big broom handle. Back to you.
I thought that is the other way round. When you're retired, you have no time at all.
Do you know what? I think you're quite right about that. It seems like that some days, but it's early for me yet. You know, there's a novelty there. There's a novelty to having all of this free time. So at the moment, some jobs for the house, some jobs for the garden, and then like today, some radio time. Back to you.
And in addition to that, you get the jobs you get from on the XYL, Roger.
Again, please. Sorry, QSB that time.
The jobs you get from the XYL, Roger.
Ah, yeah. That's the jobs in the house. That is the jobs in the house. All of those jobs that I could never do because I was far too busy at work in the day, and in the evening I just wanted to sit down, eat a meal, and maybe watch TV, etc. Yeah, there's lots of those jobs. Yeah, the station manager has got a long list for me there. Ingalls, back to you.
Yes, Roger, I know that problem. Okay, Mark, then we'll move up and down the band, see what's going on. It's my first QSO today, and see what's going on the 40 meters today. Perhaps I'll switch over to 220 and see what's going on there. Okay, Mark, thank you for the nice contact. All the best wishes for you and yours. Hope to meet you again, and enjoy 40 meters. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Fox, Delta Golf 4, Foxtrot, Charlie November. Bye-bye.
Yeah, DG4 FCN M0 JCF. Okay, there in goals. It was an absolute pleasure to speak to you today, and thank you for coming back to me. And in my incredibly poor German, a few sentences that I've remembered over the last few years. I say, vielen Danke für das QSO. Ich hoffe, Sie bald zu treffen, and auf Wiedersehen, mein Freund. 73, and a happy Christmas.
Oh dear, Mark, that was really good. That was a complete sentence, it was a long sentence, and it was correct. Absolutely fine. So you can keep this sentence, and you're doing it really fine. Okay, Mark, that is what is left from my school English and amateur radio. So that is all I know in speaking English. Okay, Mark, all the best, 73, and hope to meet you again. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Fox, Delta Golf 4, Foxtrot, Charlie November. Bye-bye.
Auf Wiedersehen, mein Freund. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, southeast of England. Okay, it was QR Mexico. No one was calling me. Okay, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, going to go QRT. This frequency is clear for use. This frequency is clear for use.